Full Metal Alchemist versus the Airbender. Well, I get it, you know, because of the, you know, alchemy. They use a lot of fire and water and stuff, and then the bending of the elements and stuff. It just seems like a weird mix to me. From rip, it seems like the Avatar has the clear advantage, just in terms of raw power. Edward is so smart. He is probably way smarter than Aang is. I don't really know how much that affects his ability to fight. I think this is gonna come down to how much they value Aang's ability to access right, the past avatar. You know, when he goes into that avatar state, when he meditates and stuff. I think that's gonna have a lot to do with it. And I think it's gonna have a lot to do with how many powers you can use at once and all that kind of stuff, where Aang showed proficiency at the end of his life, able to use all different kind of bending at the same time. I think that power is just gonna be straight up overwhelming for Edward. I think that Edward's used to fighting people, and Aang, you know, even though he is human, he's got like that godly state. I think that just takes him to another level. That's weird saying that out loud, where, right, like I just think those things are gonna ultimately be ineffective once Aang figures out that Edward's hand is made out of metal. I figured you're just gonna dismantle that shit. It's gonna be the end of the fight. But Edward is shown to be way more durable than that through some of their past fights, and of course fighting for the Philosopher Stone. Those are otherworldly beings too. So I think this is actually a pretty good matchup. I'm excited for it. I've watched both of these anime through a couple of times, so it doesn't make me like an expert or anything. I just enjoy them a lot. So I think this is gonna be a fun one. So let's get into it, man.
The elements make up every aspect of the world we live in, and no average person can tame it.
But somehow these kids can master them with a vengeance.
Like Aang, the Avatar.
And Edward Elric, the Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, that's so good.
An iron boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It seems like Edward, man, it's so ruthless, but Aang will kill a dude. He will.
Air.
Heart.
Once
Captain
the four nations
Planet.
lived in harmony,
Also
and
a
some
lit
of
ass
the
shot.
citizens could even learn to bend their nation's element. But only the Avatar could master all four, and it's their duty to protect the balance between these nations.
And since there's always gotta be an Avatar around, a new one is born whenever the last one dies.
But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Classic meme. I just was waiting for
For
it.
the other three
Classic.
nations, the Avatar would inevitably be their greatest obstacle.
Man, they'd even go after a kid?
Living among the air nomads, Aang was an energetic and dutiful 12 years old when he learned of his destiny. He was the newest incarnation of the Avatar.
But he totally wussed out, ran away from home, and got frozen in ice for 100 years.
The original I'm older than I look, right? Because he is technically like 100 years old or some shit.
What the hell? That's not what I'd do if I found out I was an awesome elemental badass.
He wanted to
I'd
play.
definitely
What are you
find a way
talking
to
about?
make money off that.
Boomstick, he's 12. But running away actually saved his life, as the Fire Nation knew the next Avatar would be an air nomad and slaughtered them all.
Genocide.
In a horrific surprise attack.
And you know how surprised I was, you know, being like a teenager watching a show about genocide? I put that shit in my face. I was very interested in that shit after that.
After he learned waterbending from...
But ducks actually can't fly. Anyway, Aang can use air in pretty much every aspect
Quack.
of his life. Like for shields, increasing his speed, improving agility, adjusting his body temperature, and even focusing his breath to use as an attack.
After he learned waterbending from Paku and Katara, Aang can make whips, knives, and literal tsunamis. Hey, I can do that too. Just give me a pool and watch this cannonball fly. Does that mean I'm a waterbender?
Sure. Waterbenders can also manipulate steam and ice.
Just like how I, the great waterbender Boomstick the Wet, will use my powers to swim through this frozen block.
Go for it.
What?
Go for it.
Waterbending 101. You can be jealous.
Oh wow, I'm just bursting.
Let's see it. Go ahead.
Bending powers, activate!
Yeah. Good job. Now start swimming.
Ha! Success!
like.
So but see, that's the thing I'm thinking is like, Edward, I struggle with this during the intro, right? Y'all were here. But Edward did fight like beings that were not human and all that, or that fantasy layer, even though that alchemy thing, they tried to create like an exact science for it, and they gave it this otherworldly influence, people who can't die and have to be burned at crazy degrees to kill, and people who can make human bombs, right? These just insane feats. But like Aang literally created like tsunamis and storms and like shit like that. And I just think Edward doesn't manipulate to that effect. And so I just think that is what, to me, in terms of raw power, thinking of killing a person in a tsunami, like, it's going to be really hard for Edward to survive something like that. So the setting that they put them in to limit their abilities, I think, is what really is going to determine this, rather than based on who's stronger, you know?
Airbending. Waterbending requires a nearby source of water to use, like a pond or a filled bottle. The same goes for earthbending, which Aang learned from his mentor Toph.
Toph is sick,
Earthbending
bro.
is all about throwing rocks at people, and a bunch of other cool stuff, like making walls and earthquakes and causing the ground to swallow you up, which is kind of creepy, actually.
Last but certainly not least,
Yeah.
Aang learned the art of firebending from his longtime rival.
And you can create the fire,
In other
bro.
words, firebenders can actually create fire to use at
And lightning, too.
Firebending is so goddamn powerful. It's even got the deadliest bending technique of all, shooting lightning.
Lit.
Well, only the most advanced firebenders can cast lightning.
Channel that
which is
shit.
Usually an instant.
Get that
move.
shit.
While Aang never learned the move itself, he has learned how to
Yep.
redirect it through his body.
But even after
Ah.
learning the 4 elements, Aang got to meet one last master bender.
Who taught him the art of manipulating a person's life energy, the purest form of bending.
It's super dangerous though, and one mistake could tear up Aang's soul.
And with it, Aang defeated the Fire Lord and brought peace to the world
Yeah,
at large.
fucking took his
Well, with
bending
that
from
and with
him.
his super form, the Avatar State.
In the Avatar state, Aang's bending abilities grow immensely powerful. This is because the Avatar state lets Aang draw upon the power and wisdom of all previous Avatar incarnations. Though it is extremely risky, as dying while in the Avatar state ends the cycle of reincarnation permanently.
Why would he care if he's dead anyway? Whatever. The coolest thing about the Avatar State is it makes you glow like this.
That is pretty fucking cool. That is actually pretty
How are
fucking
you
cool.
doing that?
Oh, I drank a bunch of glow sticks.
You need to go to the doctor, like right now.
My liver's processed way worse than this.
Well, with or without the Avatar state, Aang is plenty powerful. He has the ability to move gigantic stone columns and even carve canyons around an entire city.
Yeah.
Not only has he survived hits from earthbending kings and massive explosions, he threw this gigantic column of rock at the Fire Lord.
To get the column's mass, we compared Aang's height against it and determined it must weigh 9,500 tons.
Lit.
Aang's super fast too. With airbending, he can run on water.
Which, given his size, requires a movement speed of well over 67 miles per hour.
He used airbending to block a giant column-destroying explosive attack from the best-named character on the show, Combustion Man!
And he's proven he could redirect lightning from the Fire Lord himself. Taking into account the distance between how far Aang's arm had to move to catch the lightning,
Fast
he would
as
have
fuck.
to react at least 155 times faster than sound.
He is pretty unused to violence, though. I mean, he's a vegetarian pacifist for crying out loud. But while he may seem like just a kid, Aang still saved the world and led it into a peaceful future.
I think he's got it in him, man. Because the death battle ain't give a fuck about people not wanting to kill each other
To
before.
him, bending is elementary.
If you want to be
That's a
a
good
bender,
one.
you have to let go of fear.
You got to, man. He just ain't stressed out. There ain't nothing wrong with
Alchemists
that.
of old once tried to turn lead into gold with not great results. But in the country of Amestris, the ancient science of alchemy is actually possible by using the Earth's natural energy to reshape the molecular structure of various objects.
And by drawing a circle thingy.
A transmutation
Man, Ed don't need that,
which
bro.
most alchemists use, except for the
Yeah, he
youthful
just
prodigy,
clap,
Edward Elric.
Smack.
Oh, what a
Create.
little badass.
Careful, Boomstick. He's a bit touchy about science.
Hey, if I lost my mom like he did, I'd get mad at the little stuff too. But Ed and his brother Alphonse figured they could bring her back without.
God damn. You made fun of his dead mom and his height all at the same time.
Alchemy. So
What
they
the
went for it,
fuck?
but things went south.
That
real
went bad,
fast.
bro.
You know how people say they give an arm and a leg for something? Well, Ed
They
literally
did that shit.
And poor Al lost his whole body. Luckily, Ed managed to stick his brother's soul in a suit of armor. But still, yikes.
Genius, man.
This horrible experience has forever marked the two brothers. No one is meant to transmute the human soul, and the boys were lucky just to escape with their lives.
But he got something good out of it, like super secret knowledge, including how to do alchemy without a circle thingy. He just has to clap instead.
Yup.
So, worth it?
With these new abilities, Ed and Alphonse began their quest to restore their bodies. Specifically, they sought the incredible power of a Philosopher's Stone, believing it to be their only chance. Eventually, Ed joined the military, and thanks to his amazing potential, he was named by the Fuhrer the Full Metal Alchemist.
What? Adolf Hitler?
It's just Bradley. He's okay. Until he isn't.
Bradley's
Spoilers.
dope.
Also, since Ed lost a couple limbs, he got them replaced with automail, kinda like my leg.
Automail is made from incredibly durable metal, ranging from his original steel one, to a gas-powered one, to his best version consisting of a mix of aluminum and carbon.
Oh, that
Apart from
shit
being
is-
durable metal prosthetics, Ed's
That's
Automail
mega
limbs
shit.
function just like normal ones. He can even reshape his arm as a weapon.
So he can turn it into swords and saws and stuff, increase its durability by hardening its makeup, or turn it into an umbrella.
Oh, I forgot he could do that.
Ah, truly a limb of many talents.
But at the end of the day, Ed's true talent lies not in sword fighting or umbrella holding, but the art of alchemy.
He can do all sorts of
He's
crazy
like,
things
yeah.
with all the elements. He can basically make anything he wants, like spears and shields.
So long as he follows the rule of equivalent exchange. Anything created with alchemy must have a source of equal value.
Another,
Trumpet.
don't you ever...
Repair entire house, purify water. Create ammonium gas from ammonium nitrate. Repair entire houses and transform a gun into a trumpet.
Don't you ever try and do that with any of my guns. Anyway, Ed's also learned destruction alchemy, which does exactly what you think it does, make a big ol' kaboom. Ed's used it to destroy stuff like automail, but it can also be used to explode people's heads.
Yep. Scarver's out here
using destruction
scrapping
alchemy,
people,
Ed
bruh.
should be able to destroy something like this on a molecular level.
Yeah.
Ah! Or you can just do that.
If he touches him, he will blow his insides up. That's real.
Anyway, with all of his abilities, Ed has done some incredibly impressive things.
Not only has he blocked gunfire from a Gatling gun after it started firing, he's dodged a pistol from nearly point-blank range, and his automail arm even took a bite from a lion-headed chimera.
God
It was totally
damn.
fine.
Assuming this chimera has a similar bite force to that of a real lion, that means Ed's arm stood up to a force of 1,000 pounds per square inch.
He's created a gigantic cannon and then survived that cannon exploding while he was standing on it. And then he survived being on top of a huge boulder exploding too.
We can measure the
Anime
boulder's
shit. You know
explosion
what I'm saying? Like,
against
that's,
size
is this
to
still
get
anime
positive
shit?
energy output. With a radius of 36 feet, this blast must have been equivalent to over 100 tons of TNT.
How's that for equivalent exchange, bitches? He also survived an explosion that took out most of a 10-story building.
Even apart from being tough, Ed has shown considerable strength when using alchemy.
That's hands. That's what I'm
Like
talking
when
about.
he
Those are the hands
created
I was talking
a
about.
gigantic golem to crush his opponent.
By measuring the size of the stone golem's thumb, comparing it to the size of the average human's thumb, and using that scale to estimate the size of the golem, that gives us an estimated weight of over 3,000 metric tons.
All this without any Philosopher's Stone, because it turns out those things are really messed up.
Are they gonna give him a Philosopher's Stone for this fight? That shit would be busted.
Right. Philosopher's Stones
That
are
shit would be
extremely
busted.
powerful and can be used in many different ways. Kimberly the Crimson Lotus Alchemist, for example, used one to create a massive explosion equal to 157 kilotons of TNT. However, it turns out that these stones are composed of imprisoned human souls. So Ed and Al vowed to avoid them on principle.
Okay, cool.
Although Ed can boost his alchemic power in a similar manner by drawing on his own life force, increasing his potential at the cost of shortening his lifespan. But that's what Ed ultimately had to learn, what it truly means to let something go. And so he found another way to revive Al's body, sacrificing his own power for the sake of family.
That's interesting that they covered
What a
that.
nice guy. But all in all, so long as Ed knows what he's trying to transmute, he's an amazing force to be reckoned with.
Now let's go home. Together.
Sweet. Sweet. So sweet.
All
Alright, let's see what we
commands
got.
are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
I have a terrible record with these, bro. Okay, so they got everything over here. They got stone, wood, water.
Sorry, Momo. You're just too little.
Little! Who are you calling a pipsqueak, you
Good
stupid
one.
hairless kid?
Good one.
Nobody?
I'll show you!
So they're gonna kill each other over it. Ooh. Oh my, get off me, bruh. Uh-huh. I'm feeling confident so far. This is good.
You know, there are actually a lot of advantages to being short. Like, you'll never hit your head on door frames. And,
Ah.
I'm still growing!
That's some Aang shit for real.
now I gotcha.
Man, you've been fooled.
Ah! Oh no! I'm sorry.
A classic misdirection.
Yeah, and Aang would definitely fall for that shit.
That's advantage Elric! Ha!
No way. You tried to kill my boy? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
How's this for small?
Oh, this is not good. Blew a hole through it. Okay.
What kind of alchemy is that?
Woo! Think Aang would be a lot more cautious of this when he sees he can create fire out of nothing.
Okay, no more clappy magic.
He took that shit off. Alright.
No, my cabbages!
Oh, the cabbage man! I forgot about the cabbage guy. Oh, Aang is turning up already. What's up?
There you are.
Gotta use a circle. What are you making?
Nice try, Shorty!
Oh, that's not good. He's these things. I don't think these is enough, bruh.
Can't believe that worked.
I don't think that's enough. Bro, he was turning up already? Come on. Alright, well here's all the elements and shit.
This ends now.
Put the pressure on him.
At least I'm taller than you.
You left me no choice.
Looks like Ed didn't have a leg to stand on.
I was so nervous. I didn't think homie was gonna make it. I was waiting for more blood and shit. You know what I mean? They cutting down on the blood for the show. I got that. They cut fucking homie's arm off in the last episode. I thought Aang was gonna take it with that shit. I thought we had a big advantage after he took his arm off. That's what I was thinking. After Aang figures out that his arm isn't real, I thought that's what I was thinking before it would be over. So I'm glad.
Or arm, I guess.
Ed may have been more quick-witted and inventive, and he certainly had more combat experience. But Aang's bending abilities were far more versatile and readily available than combat alchemy.
Yeah, it had cool stuff like cannons and gun trumpets, but Aang was fast enough to react to lightning, which is way faster than dodging a measly bullet.
Recall how Ed survived an explosion that destroyed most of a 10-story building.
Right.
By examining the size of the building and thus the volume of the conical explosion, this blast must have equaled about 30 kilotons of TNT.
That's cool, but Aang did way more.
Yeah,
He carved
the
up a
scale.
circle around that city
I'm talking
in
about the
Avatar
scale of the
State.
Avatar in
The
general is
force
just
to
way
blast
bigger.
Such a huge ravine around the city of Yu Dao was a massive undertaking. By measuring the width, length, and depth of the affected area compared to the size of the city, we found it would take almost 160 kilotons of TNT to pull that off.
more than 5 times greater than Ed's best durability feat. So Aang definitely had the stuff to crush Ed's automail arm and the rest of him.
Granted, Ed could reach this sort of power by sacrificing his life force. Remember Kimberly's explosion, the one empowered by a Philosopher's Stone, a blast worth 157 kilotons of TNT? That's almost identical to Aang's feat, and theoretically, Ed could have been capable of this level of power. Theoretically. However, a Philosopher's Stone uses many souls, while Ed could only draw from his one. Not to mention, drawing from his own life force meant his power-up had a very short and dangerous duration limit compared to the Avatar state, which has no such limit. But even so, Ed's tactics and creativity kept him in the fight, yet the Avatar's speed, power, and versatility was too much for him. Aang may be a pacifist in canon and would hardly kill anyone, but unleashing his full power is a sight to behold.
Just when Ed thought he had the hang of it, he alchemist
The Aang.
The winner is Avatar
It
Aang.
was worth the watch just for that last part. Let's see, I know the comment section will be mad. The cabbages dude should have kept you in it, even if you mad, right? That was fun. That was fun. Look like people are mad. Even though it's accurate, people are still mad because it's such a mismatched fight. That's what I thought. My whole issue is that I thought it was going to be way closer than that. Just depending on how they would limit them. But like the scale of the Avatar is just crazy big compared to Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist, you're dealing with, it really does, like the limits of regular people. Like guns are still very useful and shit. And Avatar, like there'd be so many situations where like a gun is not going to get you that far. Like modern warfare would be outclassed if you could use elemental warfare by far, just for the sake of how available it was to every person. So to be a master of that just means you have to just be the top of the top. Create volcanoes and create lightning, set people on fire to whim. I mean, just insane. But I love the Avatar, so I'm not mad. Yeah, I think it's a good matchup. I'm glad to see two characters I like on the show, and they made it fun. So I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.